Thursday's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful set the stage for a Forrester-sized whirlwind as Brooke Logan made a decision that had even her closest allies questioning her sanity. Weddings are no stranger to Brooke. She's walked down the aisle more times than most people have changed cell phones. But this latest twist proves once again that the Logan matriarch is as unpredictable as ever. Brooke's wedding fever. The morning began in classic Brooke fashion, in a silk robe, staring at her reflection in the mirror while replaying Ridge's latest declarations of love. Their romance has always been a pendulum swinging between bliss and heartbreak, and this week, Ridge doubled down on wanting Brooke forever. But Brooke, impulsive, passionate, and never one to resist the pull of her emotions, shocked everyone when she declared she didn't want to wait for a grand wedding. Instead, she wanted to marry Ridge immediately. Not next month, not next week, but today. Her reasoning? Life is too short, and she doesn't want to waste another second on formality when their love has already survived decades of trials, betrayals, and heartbreak. "We've lost too much time already," she whispered to herself. "Why wait when forever can start now?" Ridge's reaction. Ridge was stunned, though clearly tempted by the spontaneity of Brooke's idea. For all his designer suits and level-headed business sense, Ridge has always had a soft spot for Brooke's impulsive passion. He reminded her that their families are in chaos. Thomas is volatile, Hope is fragile, Steffi has only just returned, and Will's life has been turned upside down by Luna's drama. But Brooke, with that signature gleam in her eye, insisted that their love could be the anchor everyone needs right now. Ridge chuckled, half amused, half concerned, and said, "You really want to do this, Logan? Today?" Brooke grabbed his hand and replied with certainty, "Yes.
Today.
Nothing matters but us." Family shockwaves. News of Brooke's Quickie wedding decision spread faster than a Forrester fashion scandal. Donna nearly dropped her mimosa when Brooke told her. She tried to be supportive but couldn't hide her concern that Brooke was rushing yet again. "Honey, you deserve this. But are you sure you're not just trying to keep Ridge from slipping away again?" Katie raised her eyebrow, skeptical as always, and questioned whether this was Brooke's way of beating Taylor to the altar. After all, Ridge's ex has been lurking around, reminding everyone she's still very much part of the family dynamic. Katie urged caution, reminding Brooke of the last time her impulsiveness led to heartbreak. Hope, reeling from her own relationship chaos, looked at her mother with a mix of envy and fear. "I wish I had that kind of certainty," she admitted. But she also wondered aloud if Brooke was setting herself up for another painful fall. Taylor's response. And, of course, Taylor was not about to take Brooke's decision lightly. When she heard whispers that Brooke was planning to marry Ridge immediately, she stormed into the Forrester mansion, eyes blazing. "Of course you couldn't wait," Taylor accused. "You've always needed to be the first, the one Ridge runs to, even if it means disregarding your family's stability." Brooke, unshaken, coolly replied, "This isn't about you, Taylor. This is about Ridge and me. It's always been Ridge and me." Their decades-long rivalry reignited instantly, with Taylor warning Ridge not to let Brooke manipulate him into another rushed marriage destined to implode. Ridge found himself caught between the two women yet again, but for once, Brooke's determination seemed to outweigh Taylor's logic. Eric and Donna step in. Meanwhile, Eric, who has been recovering and reflecting on his own legacy, had a surprisingly romantic take. He told Ridge that if he loved Brooke, then seizing the moment wasn't reckless. It was brave. Donna backed him up, saying sometimes love deserves boldness. Still, Eric couldn't resist warning Ridge that a Quickie wedding might solve today's problem, but create tomorrow's scandal. After all, nothing in this family stays quiet for long. The younger generation weighs in. While the older generation bickered, the younger set found themselves strangely invested in Brooke's decision. Thomas, already on edge after his explosive outburst at Taylor earlier in the week, mocked Brooke's wedding plans. "Another wedding? What is this, number 15? You think this time will magically work out?" His bitterness underscored his own resentment toward Ridge and the family dynamic. Steffi surprised everyone by siding with Brooke. "If Dad's happy, that's what matters. And if Brooke is what he wants, then fine. Let them marry." At least one of us should get a happy ending. Hope, caught between her loyalty to her mom and her frustrations with Thomas, kept quiet but clearly worried this would only deepen the family fractures. The ceremony question. By the end of the episode, Ridge and Brooke faced the ultimate question. Would they go through with it? Brooke wanted something small, intimate, and immediate. A minister in the Forrester living room, rings pulled from a drawer, and vows spoken with urgency. She even suggested using the Forrester garden, pointing out it had been the backdrop of so many of their moments. But Ridge hesitated. He admitted he loved her deeply, but he didn't want their marriage to feel like a reaction to chaos. He wanted it to be about them. Not about proving something to Taylor, not about calming the family, and not about quelling Brooke's fears. Brooke, with tears brimming in her eyes, countered, "Ridge, it's always been about us. Don't you see? Every time we try to wait, something rips us apart. I don't want to wait for something else to come between us. I want to marry you now." Cliffhanger ending. As the episode closed, Ridge finally smiled at her determination. He kissed her passionately and said, "All right, Logan. Let's do it. Let's make it official." But just as they began to plan the impromptu ceremony, Taylor appeared again, this time with shocking news. Her face pale, she declared, "You can't marry Brooke today, Ridge. There's something you need to know before you make this mistake." The screen faded to black, leaving fans to wonder, will Brooke and Ridge actually tie the knot this time, or will Taylor's revelation derail yet another Logan Forrester wedding? Final thoughts. Thursday's episode reminded fans why The Bold and The Beautiful remains one of daytime's most thrilling soap operas. Brooke's impulsive Quickie wedding decision is vintage B&B, passion, drama, rivalry, and heartbreak rolled into one. While some fans cheer for Ridge and Brooke's eternal love story, others brace themselves for another disaster. Either way, the ride promises to be unforgettable. Because in the world of The Bold and the Beautiful, no wedding is ever simple, and every "I do" comes with a storm waiting just beyond the veil.